You're welcome to this edition of Sports Drive. I am your host, your Wonder Woman on the Sports Airways, Uchenna Diana Onubogo. And we're going to kick the ball rolling with what is happening in the MPFL. Yes, over the weekend, talking about match day 27. A lot happened from Saturday even till Monday. Now let's talk about what happened on the 1st of March. Yes, and Sunshine Stars defeated Kwara United 4-2. Talking about what happened at Ikene Stadium. Yes, it was 4-2. What a goal margin it was. And Abia State Warriors on the 2nd of March. Yes, that was Abia State Warriors playing a 1-1 draw with Nasarawa United. And Kano Pillars played a 2-1 victory over Rangers FC. Yes, the Flying Antelope did not fly high that day. The Antelope decided to run. And it was Bayelsa United FC defeating Bendel Insurance 2-1 at home. Niger Tornadoes lost to Enyimba 1-0 at home, and Remo Stars, they are just taking the lead still on the table. Yes, they defeated Plateau United 1-0, and Ikorodu FC defeated Heartland 2-0 at home. Now on the 3rd of March, we have Economy Warriors defeating Lobby Stars 1-0, and Aqua United still defeated Castina United 1-0 at home, and Shooting Stars, the only game that ended with no goals at all. Shooting Stars, it was a 0-0 draw with Rivers United. Yes, and Remo Stars are taking the top of the league, and they are taking this title. They are running very far with it. They are now 11 points above the second place team. Talking about Rivers United, yes, Remo Stars are having 54 points, and the second on the log will be Rivers United having 43 points, taking second place with a goal difference of 6. And third on the log will be Shooting Stars FC. Yes, they are having 43 points as well, having played 27 matches. Kano Pillars are fourth on the log with 42 points, and Rangers International, they are having 41 points, and they are rounding up the top 5. Now Ikorodu FC are coming on 6th with 41 points as well, down to 7th place. Talking about Avia Warriors, who are also having 41 points, and Academy Warriors are having 40 points with a goal difference of -1. And Bendel Insurance coming 9th on the log with 38 points, and Eyimba, they are 10th on the log. Yes, they're having 10th place with nothing less than 38 points as well. Now, if we're going to talk about what is happening at the bottom of the league, yes, let's talk about from 17th place will be Nasarawa United having 31 points with a goal difference of -6. Sunshine Stars, they are 18th, and they are having 31 points as well, but a goal difference of -15. And Aqua United, they are 19th on the log. Yes, they're 19th on the table, and they're having 27 points. And Lobby Stars, they are still at the bottom of the league with 23 points and a goal difference of -14, having played 27 matches as well. And that is what is happening. This is how it is right now, standing at as of match day 27. This is what is going on in the Nigerian Professional Football League. Now, of course, we still have to talk about what is happening in the Nigerian scene. Yes, we have to talk about the World Cup qualifiers 2026 that will be happening still this month. Yes, World Cup 2026 African qualifiers, and Eric Chell is taking charge of his first game for the Super Eagles as the NFF has confirmed the 23-man list for the matches against Rwanda and Zimbabwe later this month. Now, Eric Chell had initially sent out invitations to at least nothing less than 35 players for his provisional 35-man list, but after careful selections and of course going through the initial process, 23 players have made it to the last list, and players who have made it so far are expected to be in camp by the 17th of March against the first game against Rwanda on the 21st of March as well. That will be happening in Kigali. Yes, that is where the match will take place, and of course talking about the camp that will be opening on the 17th. Now, of course, the squad is expected to appear on the 17th, like I said, ahead of the first game, which will happen on the 21st of March against Rwanda, before they return to Nigeria to face Zimbabwe on the 25th of March. Now, Eric Chell has reportedly dropped quite a number of players, especially Iheanacho. Now, Iheanacho is set to be dropped from the squad following his struggling performance in Sevilla before he moved to Middlesbrough in the just concluded transfer window. Yes, and he has been left out of the squad to face Rwanda and Zimbabwe, knowing that Nigeria is in a very tight corner. Now, Semi Ajayi as well has not been able to make the list, knowing that he has an injury which he sustained just last month for playing for West Brom Albion last month, and his replacement will be none other than Igor Obu, the 25-year-old, who is said to be a very, very strong defense for Slavia Prague. Yes, and of course he was a former Gombe United player and has now been a very, very, very solid rock in the defensive position for Slavia Prague. Now, of course, another person that will be making his new debut, talking about Chelsea league, Uche Ugonna Christiantus. Yes, the 21-year-old actually plays for Getafe, and he has been invited to join the squad. Now, these are the players that we know that will be joining as new invites to Eric Chell's team, as he's trying everything possible to make sure Nigeria qualifies for the World Cup. Talking about World Cup that will be happening in 2026. His goal is to make it to the World Cup or get the Intercontinental playoffs for now. That is the goal of Eric Chell, and Nigeria is in a very tight spot, talking about being in Group C with just 3 points from 4 games and a goal difference of -1, having 3 draws and 1 loss so far. Now, of course, if we're talking about other players that would be making up the list, already names that are already known that will always be appearing for Nigeria. Talking about Ademola Lookman still coming in, Alex Iwobi will be there, Wilfred Ndidi, Moses Simon, Samuel Chukwueze. They are expected to show up. Victor Osimhen, despite having an injury and seems to be a doubt, has been included in the team. But William Trust Ekong is still a doubt. Ola Aina would be there, Calvin Bassey will be there, and of course we still know that people that still include, talking about Stanley Wabali, who is the goalkeeper, has been doing so well in the South African League, and he will be there. Paul Onwachu, Joe Aribo, Nathan Teller, and of course there are still players that we're expecting to see this time around. Talking about Cyril Dessers that did not make it under a Guavon's rule, and this time around it's a new regime. We're expecting to see a very, very, very compact squad ready to face Rwanda and Zimbabwe come the 21st and 25th of March. Now, of course, let's talk about what is still happening in the Nigerian scene. Talking about Nigerian players abroad. Now, the NFF has come out to condemn the racist attacks that have been directed to none other than Super Eagles defender, talking about Calvin Bassey, on social media after his FA Cup match against Manchester United. Now, Calvin Bassey gave a very impressive performance and scored a very superb goal in the extra time of the first half against Manchester United on Sunday in the 5th round of the FA Cup. It was his first goal in the FA Cup, and that was the goal that gave Fulham the lead as of then. But in the 71st minute, talking about Bruno Fernandes coming through to score in the 71st minute, taking the game all the way to penalties, and eventually it was not to be for Manchester United. Another disappointing end for Manchester United's run in the FA Cup. Talking about defending something that you are not so good at this season. Now, of course, after Calvin Bassey's goal and after the match, which Fulham won on penalties 4-3 at Old Trafford, Bassey was subject to racial abuse and insults after the match, and he shared some screenshots and, of course, pictures of the abuses he got online because he scored the goal for Fulham, and the NFF has come out to condemn such attacks alongside Fulham. Now, the NFF statement goes thus. It says that the NFF stands firmly against all forms of discrimination, including racial abuse, and fully supports Calvin Bassey in the face of these unacceptable actions. We are committed to creating a safe space, inclusive and respectful environment for all players, both on and off the field. Calvin has our unwavering support, and together we will continue to fight against racism in football and society. Now, Fulham as well did release a statement utterly condemning, and Fulham FC said they are utterly appalled at the racist and homophobic abuse received subsequently shared by Calvin Bassey on social media after the FA Cup tie against Manchester United. We strongly condemn this abhorrent behavior, which has no place in football or society. Such actions are entirely unacceptable, and we stand in full support of Calvin Bassey, who will continue to receive our full backing. We will do everything in our power to work with the relevant authorities in identifying the perpetrators of these vile messages and taking the strongest form of action against them. This is what they released after the game. Yes, knowing that Calvin Bassey is going through it, but as a Nigerians have actually come out in multitude, I would say, to support one of our own, talking about Calvin Bassey, who will be playing for Nigeria against Rwanda and Zimbabwe come the 21st and 25th of March. Now, this is a reminder that racism has no place in football, and also online trolling, and of course talking about all the cyber insults and trolling that will be taking place. It is just football banter. Do not take it to heart. Now, let's talk about what will be happening later today. Yes. A major tournament, the big one, talking about what is happening in Europe. Now, we're leaving Africa. Let's talk about the Champions League that will be happening today. Yes, we have matches lined up today and tomorrow. It is no longer the playoffs. This is the round of 16. This is Champions League proper, and Club Brugge by 6:45 will be taking on Aston Villa, and of course we know Unai Emery is ready with his boys. Now, PSV Eindhoven will be taking on Arsenal by 9 p.m. It's also going to be Borussia Dortmund taking on Lille by 9 p.m. And the cracker of the night, talking about a Madrid derby. Yes, Real Madrid taking on Atletico Madrid also by 9 p.m. today in the first leg of the round of 16 of the Champions League. Yes, and on Wednesday, the 5th of March, it will be Feyenoord taking on Inter Milan by 6:45, and Bayern Munich will be taking on Bayer Leverkusen. Talking about another German derby, it's going to be the German machines versus another German machine. Now, Benfica will be taking on Barcelona, and Paris Saint-Germain will be taking on Liverpool by 9 p.m. on Wednesday night. This is what we have for you today from Sports Drive. You can join us again tomorrow for more sports news updates. Bye for now, and see you some other time.